The Day of the Jackal is a 2024 British television series based on the novel by Frederick Forsyth of the same name, The Day of the Jackal, which came out in 1971. From that novel, we had a movie titled The Day of the Jackal, which came out in 1973, which the attempted target in that was the Charles de Gaulle. And then in 1997, we had a loose remake which starred Richard Gere and Bruce Willis titled The Jackal. Those two were the first two film adaptations. This is the first television series adaptation. It stars Eddie Redmayne as the Jackal and Lashana Lynch as Bianca Pullman, who is an MI6 firearms expert after the Jackal. And gender roles are swapped for the role of Bianca. Now, this is a really, really interesting series. What can you do with a series like this? Because with the first film that came out in 1973, it was 142 minutes. The 1997 film was 124 minutes, and the book in total ranges from about 358 to 380 pages. So the thing about this kind of story is that you can change it with the times. You can update it to go after different targets in the story. And with this television series starring Eddie Redmayne, the target in the first 3 episodes is the German Chancellor. Well, it's really interesting. And then it moves to a tech mogul who has a target on his back because he's releasing a app called River, which shows every billionaire's bank account and what they use it for and how they use it. Not only that, the similarities and contrast that the character of the Jackal and Bianca have is that they're very family oriented, but they're not really there for their family at all because they're so invested in their work. I didn't mind that at all. The dynamic is there. But when the character of Bianca Pullman is going after the Jackal, trying to, talk to her asset, trying to figure out where everything is, trying to go after Norman Stoke, who develops these guns for the Jackal, it's like, okay, tone it down a notch. I feel like the character Lashana Lynch plays is okay, but I feel like they should have kept it a male role because it just doesn't come across as... it just doesn't feel or fit the mold for what this series is. Eddie Redmayne as the Jackal, really, really good. The character of the Jackal is very precise, knows how the wind has to shift in order to shoot his firearm, in order to hit the target. And then it's like he's, has that loving wife, that son he has, and he's keeping that a secret from them, doesn't know, but then they start seeing things as what's going on. They break into his safe, see everything that's happening, and I like a character in a television series or a movie that's not dumb and knows everything that's going on, and the Jackal knows that. But within these first 5 episode premiere, which came on Peacock, November 14th, 2024, it was really good. It keeps your attention. It's like, what's going to happen next and what can happen next. Is it action-packed? Not much, but there are some episodes where it's really action-packed, but it's action-packed on the aspect of it's the espionage aspect, it's the thriller aspect, it's very, very political. It's updated for today's time, which is really, really good. The book in 1971 was focused during that time. Then the 1973 film was focused from the book. But then the 97 version with Richard Gere and Bruce Willis was focused on an American way where the target was the First Lady. So it's like, okay, what is really, what can this series offer? You can say a lot because it's really good to see that something like this is turned into a, I want to say, television series. You don't really have that. We don't really have a lot of that where it's like, And when I heard Eddie Redmayne was playing in The Jackal, I was like, is it 100% based on the book, or is it like the remake of the film and the American version? Well, this is really good, and he eludes capture, puts on masks, dons different outfits, but it's like, he's very smart, very pristine, and not only that, he'll get his way and get what he wants. This is fun, this is good, and then it's like, what's really going to happen? This is the first 5 episodes, and I can only imagine what can happen and what will happen. Not only that, the stakes are raising higher and higher. Charles Dance plays Timothy Winthorpe, a powerful financier and the Jackal's latest employee. And Charles Dance is great in anything he plays, and it's just really works to see him as a villain in this, but it's like, who's the real villain? Who's not the real villain? Whenever Bianca comes on, I'm like, all right, where are we going with this? Because she is so focused on catching the Jackal. It's like she has other things to worry about. The character already killed 4 people in her custody, and it's like, oh, okay, she really doesn't give a shit. Well, 4 or 5, if you count a certain character. The Jackal does what he has to do. But in a way, the Jackal also, figures out he was kind of, bullied in a way, because he wasn't paid a certain amount, goes and finds this one person and then shoots them for saying just fuck you to you. It's like, oh, okay. It's like, that's it. Then he moves on to the next mission. Really good, very well written. The pacing is good. It's like, what is going to happen? This is definitely going to be, so far, a fun series. It has been, and it's going to be interesting. What I will say is that if this is a one-and-done television series, leave it at that. Don't give us a season 2. Season 1 is fine. It's a mini-series then. It works. 10 episodes. You can get a lot of done in 10 episodes, especially if you're pulling from the novel of the same name, which was 350 to 380 pages long. If you also can put in some different things from both films, that also works. But like I said, there are also a lot of Easter eggs in this, and just what he does and how he shoots and how he gets ready for everything, and he doesn't really have that much dialogue. It's so well done. He's a mystery to us, and even in the world that he's playing in. And the ideas he comes with to put the firearm into something like a luggage or even a walking boot, for that matter. Really smart. Absolutely love things like this, and makes you like, wow, someone's going to pay you $20 million just to get rid of someone? I mean, what else could you want to ask for, because you're going to get the job done. Let me know in the comment section below what you thought about the first 5-episode premiere of The Day of the Jackal. Did you like it? Did you not like it? What did you think of it? What did you think about the aspect of the action, the story? Who's your favorite character? Who's your least favorite character? How do you think Eddie Redmayne is doing as the Jackal? And do you want a second season of this, or do you think that that's it? It's a one and done and just move on? And are you surprised that this is a television series and not a 2 or 3 hour movie? And from the novel, have you read the novel? And of the 2 films, which is your favorite? The Day of the Jackal from 1973 or The Jackal from 1997, which starred Richard Gere and Bruce Willis? Let me know in the comment section below about all the questions I just asked. I'm Mr. Filmstock. Thanks so much for tuning in, and I'll see you all in the next review video. And be sure you tune in next week for my episode 6 review of The Day of the Jackal.